The diagram shows a regular pentagon and a parallelogram. We need to work out the size of the angle marked x, showing all of our working. Now, a fact we know about parallelograms is that opposite corners have the same angle. So these two have the same angle and these two have the same angle. Therefore, we can say, okay, this angle here must also be 117 degrees. Great. Now, with a couple of steps, we can work out what these angles are. So here we've got a quadrilateral. It's just like a square that's been shifted over a bit. And we know that all the internal angles in a quadrilateral added up makes 360. So if I label this temporarily, let's say it's y degrees. And because like we said earlier, opposites are the same. So we've got another y degrees here. We can say that 117 plus 117 plus y equals 360. So adding these together, we get that that's 234. And then adding these together, 2y equals 360. Now if I subtract the 234 from both sides, I'm going to get that 2y equals 126. And now just to get y by itself, if I divide both sides by 2, this 2 and this 2 cancel, leaving us with y equaling 126 divided by 2, which is 63. Great, so now I can go up here and I can replace these y's with 63 degrees. So now we get information about this whole angle here, which is really helpful. So I'm going to draw our attention to the pentagon. Now the sum of interior angles in a pentagon is 540 degrees. Now since we're working with a regular pentagon, that means all of the interior angles are the same. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, to work out the size of one of the angles, we can do the total, 540, divided by how many there are, so 5, giving us 108 degrees. And this is really helpful because if we look over here, we know this angle in total is 108 degrees. So we can work out what x is. So writing that as an equation, we've got x plus 63 equals 108. If I subtract 63 from both sides, we're going to be left with x equals 45. So the final answer is 45 degrees. So we get our first mark here for work out that the unknown angles within the parallelogram are 63 degrees. We get 1 mark here for work out that one of the interior angles within the pentagon is 108 degrees. We get 1 mark here for our process to find x, and the final mark for the correct answer, 45 degrees. I'm just quickly going to jump back and clarify something from earlier. Now you might just know that the sum of interior angles in a pentagon is 540 degrees, but if you don't, what we can do, and this will work for any polygon, is that the sum of the interior angles equals n minus 2 multiplied by 180, where n is the number of sides. So therefore, in our case, for our pentagon, we're going to have 5 minus 2 multiplied by 180, which is 3 multiplied by 180, which is 540. So you might already know that the sum is 540, but if you don't panic, and you can use this to work it out.